So Survivor Winners at War is vastly approaching, so I thought it would be a really good idea to show my predictions once and for all for what I think the season's going to be like. Before I get comments about spoilers, none of this is like real. This is just what I think is going to happen. I noticed my last video, people were commenting that I spoiled, which I didn't spoil. I shouldn't have said spoiler alert. I have no idea if any of those things were true. I just read some of them on Reddit. Those are almost never true. So if you're here, you're here. So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and leave a comment. Let's get started. So what I have here is another tier maker, but instead of ranking, I made all of the tiers certain parts of the show. I am basically going to put them all in order based on what I think is going to happen this season, down to a T. So if we're going to go through the tiers, at the bottom we have literally the first one out, self-explanatory. Then we have pre-merge, Edge of Extinction winner, merge boots from 8 to 15, Edge of Extinction winner number 2, other jury members, the person that lost the fire making, and then we have the final 3, and finally the 2-time winner, or 3 if we count Sandra. We'll see. And I just wanted to point out, it's going to be from left to right. Left is the first person voted out of that tier. You get the idea. So let's get started. So this is just speculation, but as I mentioned in my last video, I know this is what people were mad about, but if you really don't want any Reddit spoilers, stop watching the video now. I'll give you some time. Okay, now that we are here, I did read on Reddit that Sophie is the first person that is voted out, so honestly, that's kind of believable. Sophie is probably going to be one of the weaker physical players on her team, and I could see that happening. So we're going to put Sophie as literally the first one out, because I definitely see that happening. And honestly, even if I didn't read that, she would have been one of my options anyway. Then for the pre-merge, it's difficult because there's obviously pre-game alliances. There's always going to be alliances before the game starts. There's relationships, people have played together, people that have hung out. So it's really hard to tell, but I'm going to stick with what I said in my last video for the people that I think are pre-merged, because I could definitely see them going out in this fashion. So the second person voted out, I think, which this could be a stretch, but I think it's going to be Mr. Rob, Boston Rob. I think Rob's going to be the second person voted out because he's such a threat. He's played the game 4 times. His wife is in the game. He doesn't need another $1 million. I think people might just be sick of him and want to get him out. And I do peep that Parvati is on his tribe, so I think she could organize something. They might be going head to head. So I think Rob's gonna be the second person voted out based on that. And then another spoiler I read on Reddit, which I don't know if it's true, so please don't get mad at me. I read that Ethan is going to play a villain character, and I have a feeling he's going to be part of the reason why Rob gets voted out, because Ethan is friends with Lex from Africa, and Rob really screwed Lex in All-Stars. So I have a feeling Ethan's going to be a big part of why Rob gets voted out second, but it's going to come back to bite him, and he's going to be voted out third. So that's what I think is going to happen there. Then we could have some sort of tribe switch happening at this point, so it's really hard to tell of what's going to happen. It could just be a numbers game at this point, but I'm going to ignore that and just go on based on what I think. So for the next few people, I think the fourth person voted out is going to be... Oh my god, this is hard. I'm going to say it's going to be Adam Klein, I think, which could be a stretch because Adam has a really low threat level, but I feel as if maybe he's on the lower side of the numbers or something like that, and he's likable, so maybe they decided to get him out there. So I don't think Adam's going to do well this season, so that's why he's there. And then after him, I think Sadness, but I think Queen Sandra, it's going to catch up with her. I really don't want to say so, but I don't think she's going to make the merge. I love you, Sandra, but I think that's I'm going to predict that. I hope and pray that I'm wrong. I wanted to at least make the merge. But I know she won't quit if she's on the edge of extinction. She'll be there. She's going to be in all the episodes, because even if she's out, she'll be on the jury. So I think Sandra is going to be the 5th person voted out. So then we have 2 more, because if there's 7 people voted out, there's going to be 13 left. And then if someone re-enters at the edge of extinction, there will be 14. So I'm going to put 2 more people. And those 2 people are going to be Amber. I don't even know. I honestly don't think she's going to do well. So I don't have a solid reason. Maybe Rob and Amber will be like switched in like this order, but I think she's going to be voted out pre-merge. It's just this gut feeling I have. And then the final person that will be competing in Edge of Extinction, I believe, is going to be Miss Sarah. And I think the Sarah thing can come from people maybe dropping seeds that she's such a hard player. Like maybe Sandra was on her tribe at the tribe swap and was trying to get her out, and it finally caught up with her. So I think Sarah is going to be voted out right before the merge. So I think these are my people that I think will be voted out pre-merge, and they're all going to be competing in the Edge of Extinction. So what I think is going to happen here is the winner. This is kind of a long shot, but I think it's going to be Ethan. So I think it's going to be Ethan because maybe his storyline doesn't end with the villain thing. Maybe he's coming back for revenge. So I think Ethan is going to be the Edge of Extinction winner. So now we're at the next stage where we're at Merge Boots. And this could be complete numbers game. The tribe swap, there's absolutely no way to tell. So I think the first merge boot is one of the most important votes of the season because it sets the tone for the merge. So I think Ben is going to be the first merge boot because he's such a threat level. And I mean, I don't really know. I don't have a big reason for this. I'm just kind of hoping it goes this way. Maybe he gets idled out by someone. Would love that. Parvati, come on, come in clutch. So Ben, I think, is going to be the first. And then we're just going to go down the line for people I think will be voted out during this stage. So right now, Ben was the 8th person. So for 9 through 15, we're just going to go, I think Natalie and Jeremy are obviously going to be in alliance, but I think they're going to get broken up. So I'm going to put those two next. I think it's going to be a deja vu, and Natalie's going to be blindsided. Oh, no. I think Natalie's going to be blindsided when Jeremy goes home, but I don't think she's going to be able to rebound, and I think she'll be the next one out. Sadly, because I love her. And then after that, Wendell. And then it's going to be... You know what? I think Tony, it might catch up to him at this point. We're going to put Tony. We're going to put Tony at 12. The 12th person out. And then maybe like Denise, 13. Just like a numbers thing. Threat level. She's a pretty big threat. I think it's going to be like... I think Parvati. Not yet. I think it would be funny if Parvati was the 15th person voted out because that's how she was in her first season. So we're not going to put her at 14, we're going to put her at 15. But 14, we're going to say it's going to be Nick. And that's contradicting myself because I said he would be in the final 3 in my other video, but this is I'm just changing my mind, so. And then 15, we're going to say is Parvati. It's finally going to catch up with her. She's going to do really well this season, but there's no way anyone would let her get to the end. So Parvati's going to be there. And then our Edge of Extinction final winner is going to be, I think it's going to be Nick. Because Nick seems like he's one of the best in that group, even though we have some challenge beasts there. I think it's going to be Nick. That's the second Edge of Extinction winner. And then we're at the final stage of the predictions. So we have our final 6. So our final 6 is Michelle, Yul, Danny, Kim, Tyson, and Nick. So with these 6, it could just be an alliance. We have 3 super dominant players in Yul, Kim, and Tyson, and then we have 3 submissive winners in Michelle, Danny, and Nick. So it could just go completely... I think tribe alliances mean nothing at this point because there's tribe switches and all that stuff. So I think at 6th place is going to be, I hate to say it, my queen, Kim. And then we're going to say Tyson. And then we have our final 4 in Michelle, Yul, Danny, and Nick. So I think Danny is going to lose the last fire making. Oh, hello. I think Danny's going to lose the fire making. And our final 3 is going to be... And I totally just reminded myself of something completely wrong. I never put Ethan back in the order. That's so awkward. Okay, so we're just going to insert him within the merge boots. I don't think he's not going to make it very far when he gets back in. So we're going to say Ethan is like the second merge boot. So we're going to put him right in between Jeremy and Ben. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. Sorry about that. I completely forgot that he was there. So our final 3 is Michelle, Yul, and Nick. And I think this is how I think the jury's going to vote. I think they're going to think Michelle didn't do well enough. Maybe they think she was too submissive. It didn't make her game well known enough. I don't know. Maybe she'll surprise us, but I think the jury's going to perceive her as low threat. Yul, I think, is going to get the most credit because he's such a strategic threat. And then Nick is going to probably be second. So I think the 2-time winner is going to be Yul Kwan from Survivor Cook Islands. I think Yule is going to slay this season. I mean, I don't really know how I think this because he's such a big threat, but maybe he is going to hide behind the newer threats like the Sandras, the Robs, the Tonys, and then once you let him get to a certain point in the game, he's going to take control and he's going to make it all the way to the end. So I think Yule is going to win this season, and his runner-ups are going to be Michelle and Nick. And Yule will be the second two-time winner, which I think is great. I would love that. The people that I wouldn't mind winning this season would be, I'm going to go down the line. I would not mind, actually, I want Yule to win. I'm rooting for Yule. I'm rooting for Kim. I'm rooting for Natalie. I'm rooting for Tony, even though he's kind of iffy. I'm still rooting for Tony. I'm definitely rooting for Denise. I'm rooting for Parvati, obviously. And then, who else am I rooting for? Sandra, obviously. And actually, that's about it. I mean, I kind of don't want Sophie to be the first person voted out, but because I'd like to see how she plays with all winners. But if she is, I won't be too upset. So yeah, I'm rooting for about 7 people to win the game. Yeah, a lot of these people I don't want to win. So I think this is going to be like a bloodbath, and I'm really, really excited. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. You should let me know in the comments what you think the prediction is going to be. And don't leave spoilers because this video will get disliked like it did last time. So hit the bell, get notified when I post new videos, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I love new subscribers, obviously. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in next time. Bye!